And, you know, crazy.
Yeah, so basically I'm gonna take this video, I'm gonna convert it to audio. So most of the video, I'm not gonna I might not even do the video. I just really care about the audio more than anything. I might do the video. If it ends up being dope, then I'll keep the video, but whatever. Yeah, so basically, man, I'm going around hollering at the homies, figuring out how we're doing mentally during this time, man. So and I know right when this thing hit, man, you know, you was still, you know, doing parties. You had the Motor House buzzing for a while with the Tuesdays, and then you was gigging heavy. Every time I hit you, you was on your way to somewhere, and then everything just stopped, yo. Like, so when you know, how's it been? For those who listening in right now, I'm talking to DJ MARZO. Give a quick backstory. You know, he's helped kind of curate, in my opinion, kind of helped curated the soundtrack for, as a DJ for the Black Station North. You know, we got a voice and we had a place, and there was a vibe he created, you know, through DJing parties and that and what so have you, and got a pretty nice following through that. And I enjoyed hitting the parties and meeting the people. A lot of artists, a lot of creators, a lot of business people, you know, always was at his parties. It wasn't just people coming to party. You might even meet somebody and mess around, get you a deal or something. And that kind of speaks to the way, you know, just the aura of the energy in a room when DJ MARZO is spinning and things are kind of when vibes are created around his brand. So, you know, I want to thank you for your contribution to what I want to call Black Station North, because, you know, it's divided a little bit. We're gonna fix that, but, you know,
yes, sir.
You know, we got our own energy, man, that we're bringing right now, and I appreciate that. So, flip side, man, yo, how has this, man, affected, man, what you do in the beginning, man? Let's you know, how has it negatively impacted you, first of all?
Man, it's been crazy, bro. It's been crazy. So we left Motor House in December, and so January and February, you know, it's like a slow season for us as far as DJing and doing events. You know, people spend all their money for different holidays, things like that, traveling, you know, seeing family. It was kind of wicked at first, and then I utilized that time to kind of really bounce back and gear forward and plan for the next quarter. And so late February, I got some other gigs that were actually thriving and better than what I anticipated starting the year off, and trying to build a juggernaut back up again. Like 3 weeks later, everything just stopped at one time, and it's like, man, you know, you kind of sit around scratching your head for a couple of days trying to figure out how to talk to bills, because they don't want to hear that. You know, they're still gonna be knocking at the door.
Right.
So, yeah, it's been a weird impact, and
yeah,
a lot of people are very stressed out, and I see a lot of people around, especially people that are contracted in with Flash Mob. That's the company, Flash Mob. And
shouts out to Flash Mob.
It's been difficult. You know, who expected a pandemic to happen? You know,
yeah.
First, the top of the year, we thought, you know, we're going to be going to war or something like that. And that's kind of what we were not anticipating, you know, but expecting to happen. And then out of the blue, you know, you got to stay indoors.
And I'm wondering, you know, it seemed like everybody kind of became a DJ overnight. Is that accurate a bit?
It's been a lot of DJs popping up. It's been a lot.
It's almost like it's almost like you stopped and everybody else started.
I was just sitting back watching, like, man, this is wicked. This is crazy.
So, you know, the thing that I find interesting is that, like, you know, we haven't seen you DJ live. You know, I think it's going to be interesting when you do find a way to do it. Because I know you're just like, you're such an original, bro. you're so big on originality, and you just don't want to do anything that looks or feels like anything that somebody's done. So that'll make it so you're just, you'll sit for a minute until you can, ain't nobody, I'll do that shit. Ain't nobody doing that. So what?
Yeah, I mean, honestly,
you
like
know what I mean? Let's talk about that. Like, what have you been thinking about? Like, what do you think digitally, video wise? Like, I'm not telling you to give your secrets away, nothing like that, or what you're going to do. But how can what do you think is needed, man, to help bridge that gap of what you want to call like digital literacy that we going through? Because we all like idiots all over again. Like, oh shit, I thought I knew some shit, but now it was like we don't know nothing. So now like the gap has increased. Like, so what are you going to? Like, what do you think is needed for DJs? For like, let's just talk about you. What do you think is needed for you to really convert your vibe and take and carry what was existing in that space over to this camera, this phone, these computers? Like, how did
Honestly, I went back to the board. It was what Kevin Hart said on Sports Center. I'm going back to the board.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because somebody told me once upon a time. Shout out to Betty, Jones House Entertainment. You got to be the purple cow.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be the purple cow. You can't be like, because everybody kind of rushed and started doing live. Like, oh yeah. If you're a real DJ, you can go live. People can see you how you work. This and that. It's like, well, okay, that's cool, but I'm trying to do something different. I'm trying to do something big, wow. That's the whole point of doing this shit. You know what I mean? Not trying to just stick in and
Yeah.
So, I've been working on a couple concepts. I got something cooking up. Definitely going to pop up with something soon.
Right.
I'm working on new styles and genres and trying to do more flips and mashups and produce my own shit, because I've been having more fun with that right now because I'm utilizing time, sitting in the house and doing this shit because it's been wicked. A lot of people just can't sit alone with their thoughts. And
yeah, that's major key right there. We sitting alone with the thoughts, and now we have to take these thoughts and figure out how to take our mind to the next chapter, because a lot of us has been stuck for 2, 3, 4 weeks. And I can say, me personally, I just reached my point of COVID clarity, because I didn't know what to focus on or where the things was until having a couple of conversations with friends of mine this weekend, and I realized that the power is all in our phones, and we just might not be using it in the best way possible. And social media, I feel like, is finally getting used the way it's supposed to get used. Eventually, it's like we went all these years to be just doing wild shit, not really educating ourselves. Now people are teaching. Now people are getting more vulnerable. So give me an idea of like what you think, what a party feels like, man. What would your party feel like, yo? Like, what I'm saying? What would a MARZO, online party feel like? You feel me? What would I be seeing when I look into the lens? What kind of demonstrations, man? What am I going? What's my takeaway, brother?
That's dope. Shit. Honestly, it would just be like, picture being in a jungle right now. We be out just wilding, you know what I mean? Out there beating on my chest like Tarzan, you know what I mean? Going above and beyond, because now we have all the time in the world to do something, and you can really push the envelope, and that's kind of what I've been interested in now. Just not really tapping in. Like, I haven't listened to the radio. I don't even know what the hell's on the radio. I stopped. I ignored all the new shit that's dropping, which whatever. I'm more interested in making my own content, and I think that's been the beauty of this process right now.
Interesting. So you're saying you're getting into when you say make your own content. You sent me before COVID hit. MARZO and I started working. We got some heat together that we was ready to hit them in the head with. We got the remix we worked on. We worked on maybe 1 or 2 joints before this hit, and but content wise, I think that's interesting. So as a DJ during this time, you started getting more into production,
right? Yeah,
man. That's so. What made you? Was that kind of like the first, like, I can't throw no parties, so let me just Was that the first thing, or did you go through several different phases, you know, to get to that space? Or like, how long did it take you to lock back in onto something new?
Yeah, I went through a couple of different phases, a couple of different thoughts. Well, not a couple, more than a couple. You know, like it just took me some time. I brought a new mixer, so I got back on Serato. I was with Tractor for years. I love Tractor. Then I got the Serato, the new mixer, the S9, right, so I can do more performance things. And I was like, well, damn, like, man, that's just wicked.
Right.
It's the wrong time for that to happen. But honestly,
you told me I got a whole club space.
Right. Like, damn, what? Now? Like, now?
We were just waiting on the liquor license to come through. It's about to be lit. You feel me? That thing shut down.
We had mad people excited.
Yeah, man.
Big wild parties playing. I was talking to this person, that person.
Man. We had the waffles and the waffle party coming. You know, it was gonna be crazy, man. Man, all kind of vendors that was coming. I guess now we just have to think about what parts of who we are do we want to translate? What parts of what we were working on do we want to be on this part of this side? Because this could be going on for a while. And then, you know, we will throw parties in person again. I believe that's going to happen this year. But I also know that this life is what we have on this phone and on doing these video chats is going to be reality of ours moving forward. The thing I like about it is that we have a chance to build a new fan base, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, a lot of us that are really geared up and full-time and involved in this lifestyle, as far as, you know, work for yourself and being an artist full-time, you know, we're used to being locked in like that. Like, this is actually beautiful. And, you know, that's why I took that time to sit back and really watch, like, a lot of things that are going on with different artists and, you know, what they're doing, different DJs and how they're trying to process this whole situation. And, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it didn't bother me. Like, yeah, I didn't jump on live. I talked to a couple of people. We were supposed to get on live, but, you know, it didn't seem fit because everybody was doing the same thing. And that's, you know, not trying to circle back, but
right,
trying to push the envelope and figure out how to do
it. How we going to get money, man? Like, you know, I think about, right now we have a digital literacy gap that's happening. We have a digital gap that's happening. I'm sorry. I mean, how are we gonna get money, man? How the money gonna come back in with this with the DJing and performance side of things on social media, man? And how is this going to? I know the bookings is going to change, and you might get booked for a YouTube page. I saw Tory Lanez. I saw what Travis Scott did. I saw what Tory Lanez done. You know, with the YouTube performance. You know, what are DJs going to do? Because at the end, Tory Lanez and them can go perform. And they don't need a DJ now because it's all in post-production, digital, you know, whatever. So let's talk about the DJ's position now and how that can change. Like, y'all can mean something totally different.
It's funny, yeah, because I was thinking about that. I talked to somebody, I was talking to Mario actually about that the other day. Mario, he's the MC host for Flash, you know.
Rio.
Yes, sir. That's bro right there. And, like, I was thinking that, yes, lounges and clubs are going to open up, but it's going to be a cap on it. So there won't be anything live. There won't be anything, because, you know, if there's only 50 people that's allowed in, they can't afford to pay for a DJ. They're going to have, like, Spotify or something like that, and just so they can make money and stay afloat. So as far as DJs go, I mean, unless you're on the radio or something like that, like, we got to change the narrative. We have to change the narrative and trying to figure out what we can do is, you know, without doing the whole Zoom and party. I mean, shout out to Zoom too. I mean, I appreciate, you know, all these apps that are popping up, you know. Like, I'm not trying to, you know, put ill will on them, but
I'm imagining,
you know, it's just not gonna.
Yeah,
that's not gonna be it.
I might walk into a club and just see a screen with you DJing from home,
which would be dope. That would be dope, but it's very weird. You know what I mean?
It's like, very weird. Like, we got to get used to this weird shit, huh?
I thrive off of energy. Like, honestly.
Off the whole energy. You know, I think the only way to do that, you know, of course, being an innovator, and I'm always trying to find a way to fix social problems through music. And you know, we don't want to give away too much free game. But
right.
You know, I feel like that there's definitely ways to shift. You know, we gotta be creative and develop the technology that will allow for this to happen. And just hearing you talk, my mind is going crazy with like the ideas of how to do this, you know. But right now, I think that as far as with the DJ space and like getting equipment, a lot of it's going to slow down. Like the shipments, a lot of the equipment's coming from China. Hopefully, you know, what we got is what we got right now. So luckily enough, you got what you got when you got it, the S9, because it's going to get worse. You're going to see stuff coming out. You're going to order a needle or something. It's going to say 40 days. I mean,
I ordered a needle 3 weeks ago.
See
like,
that?
Damn,
it's already happening, man. So you know, we're about to, you know, into a slower shipment. You know, when it comes to DJ equipment, studio equipment, stuff like that. I mean, we have to try to like master what we got. I mean, I read a couple articles about that, the whole shipments and everything slowing down. And I know we're going to be affected by it real soon, because, you know, you turn that box over, most of the time it's say made in China or made in somewhere that's out east somewhere that, you know what I mean? So, you know, we gotta work with what we got, man. So what should we be expecting some production from you during this whole time? I mean,
it's funny you say that. I just got a case in the mail today, and I sanitized my hands 5 times when I touched that box and got rid of the box. I'm like, man, this touched a lot of hands.
Right.
It's still on cardboard for a minute. Yeah, I'm not playing around with this joint.
Nah, it's too many young folks dying, man. And people are dying that don't even have pre-existing conditions. You know,
facts.
You know, that's the thing that's crazy. I mean, yeah, definitely the fact that they did say that 75% of people, but then there is a 25 out there that we all are. I'm a 25, you were 20. There's a lot of 25s out here that can go. And I'm part of the 25%.
I've been seeing a lot of wild shit. Like, I'm not taking Ubers or anything like that, but like, I'll be out, I see people like, you know, just going to the store or something like that. And I see like 15 people just out grilling, no masks, no gloves, just chilling. You know what I mean? And sharing blunts. Like, damn, y'all big wild. Like, that's kind of disrespectful, because my peoples are old. My parents are old.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And like, you know, if you do all that party and stuff, you know, cookouts and everything, you go to the store, touch something, put it back in, and then somebody's older that has underlying issues touches, they can get sick, and like, it's kind of frustrating.
Yeah.
And like looking at Chicago just had a whole twerk party outside. Again, that's
that video was disturbing. I was like, like, I'm glad it wasn't. I'm like, damn. I saw the video. Somebody from Baltimore posted it. I'm saying, come on, Baltimore. That's the first thing I thought. Like, we always gotta be the worst. It's always Baltimore, Chicago, yo. It's like we be going to war for like the most ignorant shit. Like,
right.
You know,
that curfew.
I hate seeing those kind of. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, they made a whole club mix out of this joint. You know what I mean? Yo,
I'm from Baltimore.
That curfew song. You know, matter of fact, it's crazy. I'm gonna play a clip of that song, of this Baltimore curfew song, so you guys can kind of hear what we're talking about. I actually love the way Baltimore artists pivot, and you know, our rebellious attitude is all part of the music scene.
Man, hell yeah, I love the gander. The Baltimore gander is like the best shit ever. You know what I mean? Like. That shit was funny as hell. I'm from Baltimore. Fuck that curfew.
That curfew. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to Cowboy music on that one, man. You know, it was definitely it worked, man. That thing went viral real quick, and we played a little clip. Here you go.
They are like, it's curfew. Bitch, we is from Baltimore. We don't care about no fucking curfew. You heard my man Slash Jordan. They are like, it's curfew. 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 Bitch, we from Baltimore. Bitch, we from Baltimore. Bitch, we from Baltimore. Bitch, we from
curfew.
Right. Curfew.
Yeah, it's classic. So, you know, right now, you know, I just, it's my position, man, in this city. I feel like this is my position in life, not just in the city. to have these intimate, vulnerable conversations with artists to help understand what's needed physically, emotionally, metaphysically, you know, so that we can prosper in this city and get to the root. Collaboration, I think, is going to be the key right now.
That's big, yeah.
I think that's going to be big more than ever. You know, Baltimore, people collaborated, but it wasn't like an Atlanta collaboration or Cali, how they doing these, you know, other music cities. I would hope that this brings on. Shouts out to Don Trump, just dropped this dope collaborative project.
Yes, sir.
Al
Rogers and Josh too. Shout out to them. Shout out to Smooth.
Okay, I didn't even check that out. See, there's a lot of music out there, and I'm getting around. I gotta get some of these guys on the show too. But yeah, it's time now that we collaborate. We find technical savvy ways to make it happen. I found out some new software that allows us to make music together, and I'm still learning that software. I bounced it around, you know, different softwares, just trying to figure out ways we can collaborate on a cloud level. So, like, you called me the other day, Marzo. He hit me with, like, yo, I want to do the track. It would have been dope if he could have just sent it to the phone, and I could have just, it didn't, you know what I mean? Like, we could have worked the same thing real quick for a little hour. We worked in the same app, you know, that technology does exist. It does exist, but it just hasn't, it's in like a beta phase. So I'm just trying to understand how to work it, and I think that we can benefit from different digital platforms like that moving forward, man, and being able to collaborate.
I kind of want to push the envelope, and that's what I've been trying to figure out how to adjust with the situation. That's all it's going to take, you know what I mean? Just adjusting and moving forward, because this is going to be around for 2 years, and we're never going to be the same.
Damn.
We're not going to be the same. We're not going
to be the same.
Nah.
Yeah, I guess now you can wear. Everybody can go back to wearing fake jewelry. You know what I'm saying? You can really get away with it now.
Get all the diamonds you want right now.
Get all the diamonds on the rappers. Listen, they can be grilled up and whatever. This now is the time to flex. Whatever it is, get it, man.
Flossing, like, man, hell no.
You
can't check that shit.
You know, I love the fact that once again, the word vulnerability keeps coming up, and also the way artists are like, you know, everybody is like trying to figure out our icons. Like, I'm going on Fat Joe's channel, and I'm like, you know, he's reinventing himself in front of our eyes. You know, there's a lot of things happening online where people are kind of reinventing who they are, what they do, what we know them as, what we know them for. You know, you getting into production, I'm excited about that. You know, and we're going to keep, you know, follow up on that and see, you know, what kind of remixes and things like that you can cook up. So during this time,
we're with a couple be on some shit. We've been talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What will help you as a creative, man? What do you think would be the things that can help you the most, man? Like, to help you get to the other side of your thought, you know, whether it's education, whether it's a software, you know, anything, man. What do you think right now can help you the most to get through this phase?
Wow.
Is it equipment? I mean, you know what I mean? Like, just what do you think, man, can help this get you to the next side?
Definitely equipment. Definitely equipment. And I really want to start learning how to use Ableton. And I do want to grab that Akai joint, you know, with the keys and everything with the pads too. I want to grab that. I've been talking to a couple of people about things. I mean, that's pretty much it. Just
Ableton.
Yeah, Ableton. I'm probably gonna get not probably. I am gonna get Pro Tools.
Gotta get the Pro Tools, man.
Yeah. Because I got some crazy shit right now, and I want to bring some things back. Well, not bring things back, but switch the narrative with how everything's going, because, you know, we have our own sound up here, you know, up north. And
Baltimore. What's the Baltimore sound? I hear that a lot. You know what I'm saying? I know. I think I know what it is, and I can feel it when I hear it. You know, what do you think it is? And I'll tell you what I think it is.
Sure, man.
The Baltimore sound.
The Baltimore sound. Baltimore sound is its own sound. It is its own sound. It is own. Like I've had a lot of arguments. I've had a lot of arguments with people. Like my roommate when I was in college. He was from Jersey. Dude was like 6'7". He was a boxer, and we would get to it. I'm 6'2". I'm like, man, shut your bitch ass up. Like, nah, Jersey started this shit. It's like, nah, Baltimore started this club music.
Oh, nah, Baltimore, yeah, all day. They know what it is.
We adapted to that club music sound. You know, it came from the 90s. Shout out to Clash and Unruly Records and Seas and everybody. Like, you know, definitely put things on the map.
Legends right there.
Yeah, man, it's definitely something that built our own. And
yeah, I think the club, Baltimore club, you know, we got our own way we do our drums, but even with the rapping, man, we just got our own way to say the words too. And I'm born in New York. I moved to Baltimore in '95, and I kind of was raised here ever since. And kind of, you know, I was a teenager here. This is where this is where the lessons is learned. You know, and I know that Baltimore always had a grit to it. That it pride itself on its grit. You know, it wasn't too much sparkly, sprinkly music. The music is dark and gritty and gloomy, and the content. I saw somebody posting funny as hell the other day. Somebody posted, they said, yo, why the vocals on Baltimore club music sound like, I gotta see the post. But he said, yo, why all the vocals on Baltimore club music sound like they fucked up and didn't fix it? He like, yo, it was like they couldn't fix it. Like there ain't there was no undo button. It just, y'all was just dying. You're like, yo, because that's how this shit feel, yo. Like niggas got any microphone, niggas would be on any, it just was so raw. I want to talk to Black Star about that because, you know, he one of the,
oh, man.
It's half his fault, you know? Yo, I'm like, yo, what kind of, because if you go back and listen to those records, the Rider Girls, and I'm like, yo, what did you record this shit on? This shit sounds horrible. It's great.
In the next room.
Yeah, in the next room, like, what do you know what I'm saying? Like, what kind of mic was that? Like, you know, we ain't care about, you know, it's like we I gotta get shouts out to DJ Black Star. Oh,
shout out to Black. Shout out to Black. What up, bro, man?
Yeah, Black got it down. Yo, he kind of curated that whole unfinished vibe. Like, yo, it ain't done, but it's done. Take it. Like, you know, and I love that because, you know, I'm more of a complex person, and it takes me days, weeks, years sometimes to finish something, and the guy comes right next and finishes it in an hour. I admire that kind of stuff, man.
Man, he's been pushing the envelope too, though. He's
minimalist, real minimalist approach, real clean minimalist, direct approach to production. Baltimore, that's Baltimore. It's
definitely Baltimore.
It's just simple. It's just simple. You know, they don't want all that bass and keys and horns. And then you got the other side of Baltimore that's just more that's more musical. Like you got you know, like you mentioned the Al Rogers and the
Baltimore's so divided. Not because you're my bad, but yeah, Baltimore's so divided. It's something that I've always noticed. You know, like I started a studio back in 2012 with Musical Robots. I was with Tone, WAP, shout out to Gwizzy, Guap, Tone, and Booth. And yeah, you know, we had Sheila D that was on the label with Music Robots, Contra, and like YG Mills. And we learned, you know, it's a whole different division. You know what I mean? Like either you know, on this side or that side, you know, east, west, but people don't really collab like you're saying. And like one of my homies, he was in Atlanta, he came up and he really was like, yo, Sunny Digital, Metro Boom, everybody's in the same house and they just go back and forth different rooms. They don't care. They'll put their fingerprints on one song or this song or that song.
Right.
And that's kind of what I've always tried to strive for to get in Baltimore. Like just collab, let's work together. Like
let's work together. I think we can do that now. It's gonna be a little easier, especially if you got the right equipment. The collaboration is definitely how I think the way we're gonna thrive past this shit.
Yeah, I mean, we're about to be the
yeah.
new Mecca. We're about to be the new Mecca, and it sucks that this hit us this year because, you know, we had the 2 clubs opening up. What was that Club Paramount and what was that the new Hammerjacks, I think.
The new
and
Hammerjacks, they was definitely they was about to let that thing off too. They was about to
So we're about to have a lot of shit popping in Baltimore, and like I think that's why everybody was gearing up too. So it really, you know, hit us left field. Like, it was crazy, you know. And you know, my people's from New York too, and I'm always going up there talking to them, talking to my cousins. My cousin does music out there. Saif Mack, shout to cousin. And but yeah, so like the thing I heard one time I heard a long time ago from Breakpoint on the radio. It was like, man, we would have signed a lot of Baltimore niggas a minute ago, but y'all live y'all raps. Y'all live that shit.
Listen, it's too real. I've heard that all the time. I say, yo, Baltimore, y'all just too real. Y'all ain't got no Hollywood in y'all. Like, y'all don't care what's on the table. You would walk out the room. Like, it's so many stories I heard about dudes just walking out the room. And I'm like, yo, like we don't, I ain't gonna say that we don't care about getting rich or nothing. It's just that we don't like wanting to like bend too much. We don't bend too much to systems.
Man, that's one thing I know is we have the most pride, I guess, in any other city I've ever seen.
No, for real. It's but our pride isn't so much of like, I love my city pride as much as it is in the attitude. It's like, I am my city.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Going back to that club mix, I'm from Baltimore. Fuck
right.
that curfew.
Right.
I
talked to my man in Atlanta, and he was laughing. He's sending me pictures because I guess it was a dude riding on the hood of a police car. I don't know if he's seen that video. So I sent him the post, yo, because he lived in Baltimore for a year. So I sent him the post, and he was like, yo, only in Baltimore will I see something like this. Like, y'all have a different relationship with police in that city. Like, it's just it's different than it's just they don't. You know, we have our own style of policing and dealing with the police. You know, I realized that when the Baltimore Mediation Center called me up and was like, "Yo, we having an issue over here in Southwest Baltimore with the kids and the police and the community, and they're not respecting the police." You know, post Freddie Gray, it got even worse, but people was really like, you know what I'm saying? So, but then you got it built into the culture when you got 9, 10, 11-year-old kids that don't really know exactly what happened with Freddie Gray, but they know they was maybe 7 years old, and they know, but how we put it, it was some issues in that community, so they hit me up. So, you know, I produce records, I write songs, so I'm thinking, what's this about to be? So they're like, yo, we want to book a studio, we want to put you in the studio with the kids from that community and the police department. It's like, okay. So session was at Right Way from 10 to 2 on like a Tuesday morning. I show up to the studio with beats. I had like maybe 2 beats on me. Right. So like 2 or 3 beats. So I get in there, you got like 6 or 7 officers, you got about 10, 15 kids, and it's just tension in the studio upon arrival. Damn. And we had to go from that moment to leaving there with a completed song, where they got a chance to talk about the issues, write it down, record it. We did that, was done in 3 hours from scratch, you know, and that community now is, you know, from what I understand, looking at the post data of this workshop, basically they have a relationship now. The kids have a relationship with the police now, and almost made them respect each other. Cool. Oh, you hopped in the booth with us and did a song, so he good. And they're like, oh, we got a chance to hear their perspective, and because these kids was writing some real, we ain't filtered what they wrote. And the police had a chance to hear the perspective, you know, and then we all jumped on the same song, and that was a dope social engaged. Like, I mean, that was just a dope experience, man. And speaking about police, like, yeah, you know it's real in Baltimore when they got to call a music producer to put it together. They're like, yo, hold on, none of y'all want to pay attention. I bet you we put a beat behind this motherfucker, you know, and that's what happened. We put a
Hey, yo,
beat behind it.
Carmelo.
Right, Carmelo. Yeah, call somebody, because we can't. You know, you got all, you know, and shouts out to the activists and the mayors and everybody that's out there on front line. And I think as musicians here, as DJs and musicians, man, we got a lot more pull than we give ourselves credit for. And I didn't even realize it until that happened, you know. And I just want to be I want to be able to use. Go ahead.
About 2 years ago, I got brought into a project with 5 Stars. You did 5 Stars. Shout out to bro.
Shout out to 5 Star, man. Another one of the big homies.
Yeah, it was over Lake Clifton to the school. We were teaching DJing. We were teaching division and math through DJing. That's all
he about that.
And I mean, that was an awesome program, and all the kids, they definitely respected everything. And it's funny that you mentioned that. Like output that's not utilized as much as it could be. You know, because people just look at it as glorifying the negativity or whatever that people talk about their products and the environment. They're not really saying, you know, they're glorifying like this or that. It's just like, yo, this is what I saw. This is what I lived through.
Yo, music is the answer, man. And hopefully this year, Baltimore, the higher ups can recognize it. Like, yo, y'all really sleeping on the fact that you have all this music around you that could be using to push agendas and narratives in a positive direction and movements and things like that. Like, let's empower the musicians and the songwriters, because if we do that, a lot of these organizations with these big, you know, grandiose missions, these food service companies that need to get their word out that they're delivering cheeseburgers or whatever it is, music has always been the way to bridge that gap. This city just hasn't invested in it yet. And I'm hoping that we can use the platforms like these and see, like, yo, let's look into this and see, like, yo, how are these guys using music to address things? So, you know, I got a campaign coming out real soon. We're going to be giving away 1,000 computers to Baltimore City kids.
Nice,
and and I'm gonna be calling upon different entertainers and singers and musicians and activists and all kinds of people to help raise the money to get these computers in these folks' hands, you know. And it's going to happen through music. It's going to happen through sports, and it's going to happen through media. We're going to get these computers out there, and I just want people to see, like, what can be done with music in Baltimore, and with and these ain't no big famous people that we're dealing with. Like, we are dealing with Baltimore celebrities, people who people look up to here. The local energy that happens in Baltimore. I believe this is a global city. I have global intent with the city. I just think that we have to master what we got here before we can take what we got globally. You know what I mean? And this is the best time to do it, man, right now, to get.
I agree with you 1,000% because Baltimore is about to be the new Mecca. It's going to be the new Atlanta, in my opinion. You know? And I've had a lot of people say, oh, Baltimore has like the most talent, and we're a tiny city. We're not like we are.
What are we missing with that? You know, what is it that we don't have, that the reason why we ain't where we got supposed to be?
Well, we've been working on it for years now. And shout out to Devin Allen too, bro, and D. Watkins, Quan. But people are still afraid of Baltimore. You know, because they glorify the negativity that, you know, that does happen. But put Baltimore and Chicago, you know, and it's a big, like a major city. So you can probably fit like three Baltimores in Chicago.
Right.
The crime rate would be tremendously cut in half, or not in half.
Yeah, that's,
you know what I mean?
No, you're right.
Like, it's like, you know, it's a small city. That's all. We're close proximity.
If we was the size of Chicago, bro, we'd be at over 2,000 murders or something crazy. So, you know what I mean, as far as, you know, at our rate. But yeah, I want to wrap this up. I'm going a little bit past the time, man. Give me a word. Give me something going into COVID, man. What is something you want to do during this time? Something new, refreshing. Give me a word of a phrase that's going to that you're going to abide by going into this new world, man. Like, You know, for my last caller, my last interview, she said vulnerability. She wants to she wants to which was my wife. I interviewed her first. She said she wants to be more vulnerable online. She thinks that's going to help get her brand across to the people easier, and not hide so much of who she really is. And that's something she wants to work on this new COVID side. What about you?
I want to work on just talking more to people. I guess.
Yeah.
Somebody actually mentioned that from Aaron from Treason.
Yeah.
He said, "Man, you're always quiet. I never talked to you. He's like, I've known you for like 7 years, and this is the first time we really talked. And we talked like a couple months ago in a bar. I think it was
right.
birthday something. He was like, man, I see you get on stage, you come alive. He was like, what's that
For
about?
real.
So I need to start reaching out more and talking to people and just showing people that what we do is what we do. Like I'm not trying to be rude or anything like that. So yeah, kind of.
Nah, the fact that you can throw a party and you can hold a conversation too. Don't get it twisted.
Right, exactly. I need to start, being more vocal and reach out to people because that's definitely important. Because I appreciate everyone that comes out. And there's always love, and that's kind of what we strive on with
Fact though.
We support. We promote fun, safe events.
No, 100%. I don't think I've ever seen a fight at no party. I don't think I've ever seen any drama.
Never. Even in the house parties, with Celebration Club, shout out to Jock in Court A. We had 900 people here.
Right.
All different hoods, East, West, South Baltimore, nothing, no problems at all. So
yes, y'all hear that, people, man? Come on, man. This is that. So, yo, where can they follow you at, man? Talk to people. Where can they follow you? We're about to wrap this up.
Follow me on IG at MVRZO. Upside down age, wordplay.
And y'all gotta follow him. His stories are hilarious. He's consistent. I wake up in the morning just to laugh. You know what I'm saying? Some of the funniest. Don't listen. Whatever you do, do not look at his story while you're in the doctor's office. On that note, we out. I'ma holler at you, brother, and hit you later. All right, fam.
Appreciate you.
No doubt.
One.
Peace.